Y'all thought I was lying, man. I tell the truth. I tell you straight up. I told you, Game was the better fighter. I only seen this dude like, I only seen highlights of him, tell you the truth. I haven't really watched him in a full fight. But this is what I'm talking about. You know, when you understand the subtleties of striking, you don't need to watch, unless it's a very good matchup. You don't need to see a lot to know who's gonna win, right? Like, I knew this motherfucker was gonna beat Derrick Lewis. I love Derrick Lewis. He's a cool motherfucker. He speaks from the heart. You know, seems like he does a lot for his community. He loves representing his home. But he doesn't have the capability to strike with somebody, if I'm not mistaken, who came from a kickboxing realm and has a very good tactical approach. Very relaxed, very calm, very composed. You know, understands how to be patient and pick his opponents apart. Power don't mean shit, man. It don't mean shit when you face a good fighter. It really doesn't. But I watched the guy's highlights, and actually, this is how I figured out about Game. I saw a quick sparring session with him and Ngannou, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker's got some skills. He's pretty good. Yeah, he's good. Didn't take much for me to pick up. But that's what happens when you study a lot. Man, listen to my channel, man. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm not misleading y'all. I know I don't have perfect quality video and audio, and I'm smoking a cigarette right now, and the fucking windows down, probably muffling the fucking sound like a motherfucker. I know what I'm talking about, though. I've been fighting. I study this shit every day. It's my life. You know, if you want to make bets, come to my fucking channel. I won't steer you wrong. And if I'm not sure, I'll be honest with you. If I'm not sure about an outcome of an event, I'll be honest with you, straight up. But I'll never lead you wrong. I tell the truth. So let's talk about this fight, man. It just turned out exactly the way I thought so. I made a prediction video. It's very quick. I'm glad I did. I almost forgot. But I said it. It was probably most likely going to go to the scorecards, or he was going to TKO Derrick Lewis. Go look at the fucking video. Lewis versus Game. Prediction. You know, I didn't even watch this guy. I didn't go through his highlights. I didn't go through and analyze each one of his fights. I just knew from that one sparring clip. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Who's this heavyweight? He moves really nicely. Sparring can tell you a lot. You know, I know a lot of people will sit out there and say, it's just fucking sparring. That doesn't mean shit. It's practice. It's a little bit different when it comes to striking, because it's not that whoever wins the sparring session is the better fighter. I'm not so much looking for who's one-upping each other in sparring. I'm looking at the skill set. I'm looking at the technique. I'm looking at the style. That's why when I look at Jon Jones sparring, I know he's not going hard. And I know, like, for instance, I watched Jon Jones spar Holly Holm. Obviously, it's a light sparring session, and he's not trying to fucking kill her, because obviously he wouldn't murder her if it was a real fight. But I could easily tell that Jon Jones is not the most, I think he's more talented than he is technically sound. Now, even though he's not the most technically proficient fighter, he's very strategic. You know, he understands how to be patient and, you know, pick his opponents apart. He knows how to take your foundation away with those leg kicks and those little teeps and fucking, you know, I think it's the oblique kicks as well. He knows how to break fighters down, that's for sure. He's not the most technically proficient, but he knows how to break fighters down. Very reminiscent in a way of Muhammad Ali. Not the most technically proficient boxer, right? But, you know, had Now, phenomenal heart. I don't know. John Jones shown he has some heart, because you know that first fight with Gustafsson was a motherfucker, and he plowed through it. So, you know, I'll tend to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But, you know, Muhammad Ali wasn't the most technically proficient fighter, but he was very strategic. Very strategic. I mean, say what you want about the whole rope-a-dope thing with George Foreman, and it didn't take much, you know, and he took a lot of punishment. It was still a very brilliant strategy against a fucking killer in George Foreman at the time. It was fucking brilliant. And Muhammad Ali knew how to, may not have been the most fundamentally sound fighter, but he knew how to win. He knew how to win, and he knew how to do it strategically and intelligently. He knew how to think on his feet, right? Same thing with John Jones. I feel the same applies to him. The man knows how to think on his feet. But when I watched that sparring session, I was like, damn, Holly Holm, you know, she looks good with her technique, and she's picking the right spots. You could see she was sharper. She was a lot sharper. Once again, I'm not saying Holly Holm can beat fucking John Jones. I need to clarify that, because I'm gonna have people in the comment section be like, what are you talking about? You're stupid, bro. And obviously, I'm not the motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. I'm not the motherfucker who thought Ronda Rousey could beat, you know, fucking Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring, or any other MMA fighter. I'm not that fucking stupid. I was actually one of the few people that predicted Holly Holm was going to get beat by Ronda Rousey. Or, I mean, Ronda Rousey was going to get beat by Holly Holm. John Jones is very talented, man, but not the most technically proficient. And there are, if the right matchup comes, which I think we're going to see, and I made a previous video stating, if John Jones wants to solidify his legacy as the GOAT, right, then he's going to have to go up to heavyweight. I'm tired of him bullying these light heavyweight fighters. You know, I'm tired of him having significant reach and height advantages in most of his fights. Not all, but most of them. And go fight at your weight. Go fight at what you walk around at. Go prove yourself. You know, you got to be pound for pound. You got to be pound for pound. Okay, you dominated light heavyweight, I'll give you that. And supposedly, we may have a matchup with John Jones versus Miocic, which is a fight I really want to see. I made a video about John Jones and my opinion of whether I believe he's the GOAT or not. And that's one of the things I wanted to see for him to prove himself if he's top dog. Go face Miocic. Go take on some heavyweights like Miocic. And I'll make a video about that fucking matchup, because that's going to be a fucking very interesting matchup. Very interesting matchup. But I don't want to dive into that too much, because I'll get carried away. This is about Gane, and this is about Derek Lewis, and the prediction I made. You know, Gane is the real fucking deal. You know, he's the real fucking deal. I don't necessarily like when fighters kind of run away from the action. He did that several times throughout the fight. You know, I gotta look back on the fight. I don't know if he turned his back at any point, but that's a big no-no. I think against Ngannou, that's not good. But he looked fucking phenomenal. He looked relaxed. He looked calm. He looked sharp. The way he was throwing his strikes, he managed distance properly. He broke his opponent down. He did what I thought he was gonna do. Take his legs away from him. You got a guy with power, drag him to the deeper rounds, take their foundation away. This is classic, man. Classic shit. We see this. I don't need to be a fucking MMA expert to understand striking in MMA. I don't need to understand kicks to the highest fucking degree. Okay? I don't. I know a good striker when I see one. I know a good striker when I see one, because the fundamental principles of boxing, the striking of boxing, apply to any realm of striking. Is it adjusted? Yes. The distance is a bit different, right? There's other factors like grappling. I understand that, but it still doesn't change the fundamental principles of striking. Gane's the real fucking deal. He's the real deal. And this dude, I think he has a legitimate chance at beating Ngannou. And I'm assuming he's going to get the title shot from here. This is not going to be an easy fight for, well, I shouldn't say that. I should be careful because, look, all Ngannou has to do is land once. And I do believe that Ngannou is a lot better than Derek Lewis. Now, even though those two had a fight and it was a fucking snooze fest, I still think Ngannou's a better fighter. And I think he's continuing to evolve. I'm not going to say he's a one-trick pony, but he's very reminiscent in Derek Lewis that he likes to rely on his power. And I would say Ngannou's bigger in a sense, and I think his hands are a little bit better. But he's going to have to be a little bit more strategic with Gane. He's going to have, if he's going to win this fight against Gane, he's going to have to do this shit tactically. It's either that or he has to go for broke. He has to go for broke in the early rounds and come and try to drop fucking bombs over Baghdad, right? He's going to have to go in for the kill, and he's going to have to take some risks. But when you have a striker like Gane who understands distance, timing, rhythm, balance, countering, great footwork, that shit may work against him. The only fear I have is Gane has to hold his composure, which he showed. He's shown this already. And he sparred against Ngannou. So there's a little bit more, that's even a little bit more confidence he's going to come in with. And watching him during sparring, he was so calm and relaxed. And he was picking his shots very well. He was staying in the pocket at times. This is going to be a motherfucking fight for Ngannou. It's going to be a tough fight. This dude Gane, he's the real fucking deal, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Now, I don't know how good he is at grappling. I haven't done enough research. I don't know how good he is at grappling. Even if he does beat Ngannou, let's say he's a subpar grappler or not even a good grappler at all, then obviously he may run into some trouble with some good heavyweight wrestlers. But against Ngannou, this is going to be a striking match. This is going to be a striking match. Straight up. And I'm going to lean towards Gane against Ngannou, with the exception of Ngannou has to make strong moves in the beginning of the fight, or he has to continue to evolve. He can't just rely on his power. That's the curse of power, man. You don't develop enough skills and strategy because you can rely on that. It's the fucking eraser. It's the fucking eraser. You know what I'm saying? Like, it erases all mistakes. All you have to do is land one big shot. And can Ngannou land that one big shot? Can he catch Gane slipping? Of course he can. Of course. But, this is some different shit, man. This is some different shit. He's a really good fucking striker. He's a big dude. He's well built. He's calm and composed. He's got power. Don't get it twisted. It might not be Ngannou's power, but he's got power. And, he's a heavyweight throwing strikes like that with precision. He's got power. And Ngannou's going to come in. He may get a little reckless at times. That's a great way for Gane to kind of set up his shots. And I think those leg kicks are going to come back into play with Ngannou. So Ngannou better have something to either respond to that, or he better match those leg kicks. He better figure those fucking leg kicks out, because I'm telling you right now, Gane is brilliant. He's very Andre Ward-esque against Sergey Kovalev. I'm going to fucking break your foundation down. I'm going to drag you to the deep fucking end, and I'm going to fucking drown you. I'm going to fucking drown you. When you got a guy with power, take his legs away. Take his foundation away. And it's even more so apparent in MMA because you can use kicks to take your opponent's legs away. You don't just have to rely on body shots. And those leg kicks were fucking vicious last night. Fucking vicious. Dude, he hits Ngannou with that. Avoids from getting caught with a big shot. There's no way Ngannou's going to win that fight. Ngannou better get ready to fucking check those leg kicks. He better fucking get ready to have his own arsenal of leg kicks ready to go. Because if he doesn't, he's going to get picked apart. Point blank, period. And all those muscles ain't going to help him last 5 fucking rounds. It's not. So, that being said, look, I want to make another video immediately talking about Jon Jones versus Miocic. This is going to be a fucking exciting fucking fight. And hell, Jon Jones, it's not looking good for him. It's not looking good for him whether he got Ngannou or whether he got fucking... And in fact, if I'm Jon Jones, I want Ngannou. I know that sounds crazy, but I want Ngannou. If he somehow finds a way to beat Miocic and he goes for the heavyweight strap, if I'm Jones, I'm hoping I get Ngannou. I'm hoping I get Ngannou. I'd rather deal with power than deal with a very good precision striker who's tactical and patient and calm and composed all day, all fucking day. Because I think legitimately, Gane will outstrike Jon Jones. But it will be a fucking interesting matchup. I will say that. It will be a very fucking interesting matchup because both of them are strategic. Both of them are strategic. And Jon Jones has his leg kicks as well. But the tie goes to the break. I'm going to give the advantage to Gane because I believe he has superior technique. I believe his kicks will be more effective. I believe his punches will be more effective. I love the way he switches up, man. He switches from orthodox to southpaw, gives you different looks. This is going to fuck with Jon Jones. It's going to fuck with him. But it will be a very entertaining fight. That is the matchup I want to see. I kind of want to see that more so than Jon Jones versus Ngannou. I do. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. This dude's the real deal. It's crazy. I watched a fucking sparring video of this dude, and I was like, he's the next up-and-coming bad motherfucker. And I think he's about to prove that. And he proved it last night with Derek Lewis, and now he's going to get his opportunity to prove it against the big dog. So we shall see. We shall see, man. Like my video, subscribe it. Look, I'll never steer y'all wrong, and if I don't know the fucking answer to a prediction of a fight, I'll be honest with you. Or I'll give you some percentages. I'll never steer you wrong. I don't favor any fighter. I tell it like it is. This is unedited shit. I know it's not perfect, but we building this channel together. Join the fucking club, baby. Join it. It's your boy HB. We'll find a round, drive time. Pac-Man about to do some big things. Representing Wild Card Boxing Gym over here. Join the fucking journey, baby. Join it. Peace.